Hi, fans of high-quality entertainment. Next up in my Beach Boys ranking is an album called Pet Sounds. Now, I don't know if there's been many YouTube videos made on this particular album, but it's a pretty good album, and I'm going to do a review for it. Humor. My story with Pet Sounds. Now, I've become a huge fan of the Beach Boys in the past probably past year and a half. And I have all of their studio albums. And what led me down this path of becoming a bigger fan, I've always really liked the Beach Boys, of course, and a lot of their 60s and some of their 70s songs, but I wasn't a major fan. And I've talked about this a few times before, but I would say maybe 3 years ago, I actually had Pet Sounds on CD for a few years, and I might play it once every 2 or 3 times a year, and I would like it quite a bit, but I didn't love it like some Beach Boys fans do. I didn't fully connect with it. And maybe about 3 years ago, and at this point I didn't even have any Beach Boys in my collection. I was never really listened to them enough to have them in my collection. But one day I thought, I'm in the mood to listen to the Beach Boys, so I'm going to play Pet Sounds on Spotify. And I noticed there was a 50th anniversary remix, which is this one here. So I played the album on Spotify, and it just sounded so good. It was the stereo version. I know a lot of people prefer mono, but it just sounded amazing. And that was the first time I really connected with Pet Sounds. And so soon after, I ordered this, the 50th anniversary, and I play it a lot. I also have, I might have had this, maybe I did have this in my collection, an earlier version of it, but I never played it much. And it, like I said, I keep saying, you either connect with music or you don't. That's about it. And I definitely connected with this album at last. I know there's people out there, I see it not all the time, but quite often, they'll say, yeah, I don't see the love for Pet Sounds. I just don't get it. And I was kind of like that too. I thought, yeah, it's a good album. I don't see why it's one of the best albums ever. And now I do. I consider it one of the greatest albums ever. And it's just everything about the album. The music, it's not really rock-based music. It's just great friggin' music. And you kind of appreciate bits of classical and orchestration and everything with this. I love the instrumentals. It's everything about this album. And I listen with headphones. Maybe if you've heard this album before and you didn't totally get it, I suggest checking out the 50th anniversary mix of this and listen with headphones. And you might end up liking it more than you do now, or maybe not. So I love every song. I would say my 3 favorites, if I had to choose 3, would be God Only Knows, That's Not Me, and I can't choose just 3, because there's Wouldn't It Be Nice, and Caroline No, and Don't Talk, Put Your Head on My Shoulder. Just so many good songs on this. And I don't think I've talked about this enough yet. Brian Wilson's vocals throughout even the early years. His falsetto is just divine. It's so good. But that being said, there are times I'm listening to a Beach Boys song and I'm not totally sure, is that Brian or is that Carl? I can easily tell Mike Love, of course. But even Al Jardine, sometimes I'm just listening to these great singers, right? I don't always, when I'm listening to a song, oh, that's Brian Wilson singing. It's like, who cares? It's great. Whoever's singing, it's great vocals. And props to Mike friggin' Love. His vocals on a lot of these Beach Boys songs, even later ones like Airplane from the Beach Boys' Love You and other songs. I love his vocals. Just don't tell him that. For instance, a song like That's Not Me. Just great vocals by Mike. And the other thing about the Beach Boys is I'm starting to kind of think, when you listen to all of the Beach Boys albums and compare them to the Beach Boys, the Beatles albums of the 60s, I think sometimes the Beach Boys were much more experimental than the Beatles. And they did some crazier stuff on some of their 60s albums. Like I'm Bugged at My Old Man, a song like that. And I don't know where I'm going with this. All I can say is this is one of the greatest albums of all time for me. You might disagree, and that's fine. But if you think the Beach Boys are just surfing and the sun and the beach, this is a landmark album in music, not just rock music, but in music. I think it would be in my top 10 greatest albums of all time. I highly doubt that it's going to be eclipsed by any other album, so it's number one for now and probably going to stay number one, but we will see, because I definitely do love some of the later albums a lot, like Sunflower and Surf's Up and the Beach Boys' Love You. So it's obviously a 10 out of 10 for me, and like I said, it's number one. I would love your thoughts on Pet Sounds in the comments section below. And one thing that kind of almost annoys me is this was for Paul McCartney. Somebody was kind of, bashing one of his albums, and then he says he hasn't heard it in over 40 years. It's like, well, maybe you need to listen to it again and reappraise it, because you might actually like it more than you did 40 years ago. And that's what I would say about Pet Sounds. If you're not really a fan of it, but you haven't listened to it for a while, check it out. And you might become a huge fan, like I have, of the Beach Boys. And that is it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.